Hey everybody. Developing strong friendships or relationships requires vulnerability, but sometimes it's hard to know how to share the deep parts of ourselves. It's so easy to develop surface-level relationships with surface-level conversations, but those kinds of conversations can feel somewhat empty. And today, we are going to explore one way to get beyond those surface kinds of conversations, those surface level conversations. And we're going to dive into the Deeper Talk deck. And the Deeper Talk deck, for those of you who don't know, is an expansion of the original Icebreaker deck. But before I get into what that's all about, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the All Around Growth podcast. This is episode number 158 of the show that is designed and dedicated to providing insight and tools to building the life and homestead of your dreams. My name is Rob Kaiser, and I am your host. Today is Tuesday, July 27th, 2021. Like I said, the Deeper Talk deck is an expansion of the original Icebreaker deck, and each of the 150 cards in this deck includes a prompt, which will help you get to know people on a deeper level, have more interesting and meaningful conversations, and elevate your communication skills. The 150 cards come in 6 categories, and those are as follows: courage, beliefs, life lessons, self-awareness, dreams, and exposed. And lastly, the Icebreaker deck and the Deeper Talk deck is a tool for diving deep into meaningful conversations. On the box, it's written, use it regularly to explore the deep parts of yourself and others. And I'll just say that I've used this card and I was inclined to buy it. I initially bought these prompts specifically for this, to use as talking points for the show, and also to just have on hand for deep, meaningful conversation with friends, my girlfriend, family, and it has served its purpose in all of those categories. So if you've never heard one of these episodes before, stay tuned. I'm about to pull a card, and if you have and you like the idea, there's a link in the show notes that'll give you 15% off your first order of the Deeper Talk deck, or any Best Self product for that matter, if you use the promo code YMF for York Meadow Farm. And like I said, you'll get 15% off your first order. So let's take a look at the deck. We'll pull out a card at random, and we'll see if it fits into what is on my mind this morning. So let's go ahead and choose one from Self-Awareness. That's one I don't think I have selected from in quite some time. And the card with the question for the day is, other than financial rewards, what else have you gained in your current work? Well, it's not that I've gained so much in terms of financial rewards in my current work, because I think it's where do I begin? I'm not making incredible amounts of money. I'll never forget that when I was 19 years old, maybe 20 years old, selling Christmas trees at Cahoon Nursery, having a conversation with Rich Barchi, the owner at that time. He told me that if I wanted to have a great time in life, that I should work in the green industry, but I'll never get rich. And I'll never make money. Now, it's come to my understanding that the only one who makes money works in a mint. The rest of us must earn money. And I was going to go down a tangent about the level of my compensation at my employment, but that's neither here nor there. because at the end of the day, I make money, and if I was that unhappy, I would leave, or I earn money rather. So there is that financial reward, but what else have I gained in my current work? Well, my current work has given me some insight into what it is that I truly want in life. I don't wish to simply earn a living and have the ability to pay my bills, put some money in savings, prepare for retirement. That's something that many of us wish to do. Oftentimes, that's the American dream. But for me personally, what I've gained outside of financial reward in my current work is the ability to grow and refine and hone that dream of mine, which is building the life and homestead of my dreams. It's the whole objective of this show. And for me, that includes building a life that I don't necessarily want to take a vacation from, building a life that is my dream, where I'm actually generating a homestead or generating multiple streams of income from my homestead. I've gained a new perspective in life. Now, has that come directly from my current work? No, but my current work has provided me with a unique set of challenges, which has, for lack of a better term, encouraged me to move forward with a unique set and build rather a unique set of coping mechanisms in order to deal with the stress from the unique challenges that I deal with at work. And you may have your own unique challenges at work, and they may be causing you some stress in life. I understand. We're all in the same boat. My life is very different than yours, and your life is very different than everyone else who's listening to this show right now with you. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that we don't understand one another and that we're not here with one another to help one another get through these challenging times. And one way that you can connect with and work with other people who are also going through these challenging times, we've got a little support network on Telegram at t.me/allaroundgrowth. For those who are unaware, Telegram is a messaging app. In appearance, it's very similar to the native messaging apps on your smartphones, but the nice thing about it is there is also a desktop version available, and the search functionality, the file sharing functionality, everything about the app is great. The only complaint that I have is that it stores and uses a fair amount of data or storage on your phone, but you can adjust settings for that, so no worries. Maybe we'll do another show in the future about Telegram, and maybe we should revisit social media, an episode that I have, or something I've done several episodes in the past about. But I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here. The group, though, is great because recently we have been sharing a considerable amount about our day jobs and what we do, and the insight that we've gained from our current work, along with everything else that we've gained outside of those financial rewards. So, if you're having a bad day, well, oftentimes it's hard to think in the moment, but if you've had bad days recently at work and you feel like you're just putting in your time, think about everything that you've gained outside of the paycheck from the current situation that you find yourself in. And if you really can't think of any other gains other than the financial rewards, then maybe it's time to think about why we're still there. But I don't know about you, but I still need that financial reward. I don't have any more debt. I've been following Dave Ramsey's baby steps, and that's given me the tools and insight to move forward with that aspect of my life and get beyond that hurdle or overcome that hurdle. And I haven't made the progress that I've been wanting to make, and I haven't made the progress as quickly as I'd have liked to have made regarding my savings. It seems like every time I make progress, I have to put it on hold due to the fact that I have a substantial amount of medical bills now that I need to deal with. And sometimes it seems like one step forward, two steps back. But for all the days that we feel like we're taking one step forward and two steps back, we have plenty of other days where we take two steps forward and one step back, or three steps forward and two steps back, or maybe even two steps forward and no steps back. It's just that in life, it becomes easier to think about and focus on the steps that we take backwards instead of the steps that we take forwards. Now, lastly, before I wrap things up here and get ready for another day at the day job, the question that we asked ourselves before we engaged in this deeper talk was as follows. Other than the financial rewards, what else have you gained in your current work? Now, that question took me in a number of different directions, and I hope that it takes you in a number of different directions. So, like I said, if you like these kind of questions that come along with the Deeper Talk deck, there's my own personal VIP code for 15% off your first order in the show notes. And that code is YMF for York Meadow Farm. And you can get 15% off a journal, a 4-pack of journals, weekly planners, the Deeper Talk deck, or any of the products that they have. Also, the link to our community will be in the show notes, t.me/allaroundgrowth, or if you've got the Telegram Messenger app on your phone, just search for the group All Around Growth. And if you are a listener via iTunes or Apple Podcasts, there is a link just for you in the show notes in all caps. You can click to rate and review the podcast, and that will give you the ability to log in and rate and review the podcast through iTunes or Apple Podcasts. And those ratings and reviews definitely do help the algorithm, and I would be most grateful if you took your time to do so. If you're not on iTunes or if you're not an Apple Podcast listener, then by all means, just give it a share or give it a rating on your podcast player of choice. Or, best of all, share it on social media. Share it with a friend, family member, or a loved one if you think they might enjoy or benefit from what we talk about here on the show. So that's it for today's episode. I sincerely appreciate your time. I'm grateful you've chosen to share it with me. Check out the community, t.me/allaroundgrowth. That's it for today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Rob Kaiser, and thank you.